Warning: 2026 will make the Great Depression look like a joke. Prepare before January. That sentence isn't meant to terrify you, it's meant to move you. You have a window. Use it. Quick note: this is informational only, not legal or medical advice. Obey local laws, consult professionals for medical or defensive training, and never escalate a confrontation unless your life is at immediate risk. Picture this for a moment. You're alone in a dim pharmacy at dusk, pulling a small bag of supplies off a shelf. Outside, traffic has slowed to a crawl, and the lights on Main Street flicker. You hear boots on linoleum behind you. Not kids on a dare, not a neighbor, but someone else digging through shelves because their options ran out. That sound exists because systems failed: supply chains, power, payroll, policing. In those seconds, you have a simple, brutal choice: create distance, disappear, get home, or get involved. That micro scene is what many emergency plans overlook: the human scramble that follows economic collapse. Not headlines, not theory, seconds, and the choices you make in them. Let's be blunt. The risk we're framing here is systemic. A severe economic convergence in 2026 could cascade into liquidity halts, empty store shelves, intermittent blackouts, mass unemployment, limited banking access, and law enforcement stretched beyond capacity. It won't look the same everywhere, but the basic mechanics are predictable. When money stops flowing, supply chains tighten. When supply chains tighten, shortages appear. When shortages appear, people who can't meet basic needs start taking desperate actions. You won't control the macro. You will control what you finish before January. Start with the simplest reality. You can reduce risk by prioritizing a handful of practical things done quickly and deliberately. There are two tracks you must move on at the same time. Track A is logistics: money, food, water, meds, communications, and shelter redundancy. Track B is personal security and mindset: escape-first philosophy, distance management, basic non-lethal moves to create an exit, and stress inoculation so your body doesn't betray your intentions. We'll run both in parallel. Act now. First, what to do in the next 48 hours. This is triage. If you do nothing else, do these items before most people realize they need them. 1. Create a small cash reserve in mixed denominations. Keep it in at least two places: a carry wallet you use regularly and a hidden household stash. Small bills matter. Card readers and ATMs can go offline. Physical liquidity buys critical time. 2. Assemble a 72-hour grab bag for every adult in your household. 3 things must be in it: water, 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days, shelf-stable food for 3 days, calorie-dense, easy to heat or eat cold, and a basic medical kit with prescription meds, pain relievers, antiseptic, bandages, and blister care. Add a multi-tool and a headlamp with spare batteries.
3. Verify critical prescriptions. If someone in your household depends on medication, call the pharmacy and ask about early refill options. Even a week's extra supply can make a life-or-death difference. 4. Make 2 simple communication plans. 1. A primary method, cell and texting. 2. A fallback, battery-powered or hand-crank radio, and 1 agreed-upon meeting point if cell service fails. Share these plans with at least 2 trusted contacts. 5. Identify 2 exit routes from your home and 1 local alternative shelter. Know the fastest path to the car and the path that avoids the neighborhood's main arteries where congestion will form. Do those 5 things now, literally while you're watching this. They are fast, cheap, and disproportionately effective. If you want a 1-page setup to walk through them, download the 48-hour checklist in the description. That link gives you a printable, prioritized action sheet you can follow immediately. Now, scale to the next 2 weeks. This is where redundancy becomes real and where you move from reactive to deliberate. Cash and liquidity. Increase accessible liquid funds without risking everything. Multiple access points, a small cash reserve at home, a secondary bank account, and a prepaid card. Reduce single-point failures. Keep amounts sensible. Avoid panic hoarding. Your goal is operational liquidity for basic needs and fuel, not speculation. Food and water. Build a 7 to 14-day baseline. Choose foods you already eat because rotation matters. Pick cans and dry goods that store easily and don't require complex preparation. For water, if you have municipal supply, 1 to 2 gallons per person per day for drinking and minimal hygiene for 7 days is the baseline. Consider water purification tablets and a collapsible jerry can for extra storage. Rotate stock to avoid waste. Medical. Expand your med kit to include sutures? No. Learn basic wound care, CPR refreshers, and ensure you have at least a 2-week supply of any prescription medication. A compact first aid manual and a basic tourniquet are high-value items. Take a short, reputable first aid course. Power and heat.
A small, safe backup power source, solar charger for phones, a battery pack, or a small inverter for critical devices is invaluable. If you live in cold climates, a safe alternative heat plan is critical. Think layered insulation, a sleeping bag rated for temperature, and contingencies for off-grid heat that are manufacturer approved and ventilated. Communication and information. Prioritize 3 info sources you trust and a way to receive them without the internet. Battery radio and NOAA weather radio, local emergency channels, and community networks. Save offline copies of critical documents, IDs, insurance, prescriptions on an encrypted USB and in a secure cloud if possible. Home security and shelter redundancy, basic hardening, locks, outdoor lighting on timers, and a plan to secure or move high-value items.
Avoid aggressive fortification that turns your home into a bunker you can't leave. Identify a secondary shelter, a relative's home outside your immediate area, or a motel route plan, and the resources needed to get there. That closes your 2-week prep. Do the easiest high-impact items first: cash, meds, water. Many of these steps are inexpensive, simple, and reduce stress immediately. Now let's shift to the other track, keeping your skin intact in a breakdown scenario. This is not about bravado or fantasy fights. This is about escape and avoidance. Your life is not a test of fighting skill. It's a test of decision-making under stress. Adopt an escape-first mindset, and then train for the smallest number of motions that give you a window to run. Start with posture and distance. Most physical failures happen when people let their center of mass be controlled. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, knees soft, hands visible but ready, not clenched or tense. When someone closes distance aggressively, your first goal is to create immediate space, not to win. Use a palm thrust, a strong forward push with both hands aimed at the attacker's sternum or shoulders to break contact. Push and run. The most effective self-defense is movement. Create distance, then move in a direction that reduces the likelihood of them catching you. Toward light, toward people, toward a locked storefront, away from alleys. Footwork matters. Small, quick steps at a slight angle are better than large lunges. Step to the side, not backward. A backward stumble is how people fall. Lateral steps let you pivot and maintain balance. Think conceal and disengage. If someone reaches for your pack, rotate away. Drop the pack if necessary and place it between you and them as a barrier while you exit. Grip breaks. If an assailant grabs your wrist, a simple tactic is to rotate your wrist toward their thumb and pull back. Essentially, follow the path of least resistance. The human thumb is weaker than the fingers. Turning toward it reduces their hold. Combine the rotation with a step to the side and a push, then get clear. These are escape maneuvers, not strikes. Rehearse them slowly in a safe environment until the motions become natural. If you are face-to-face and the attacker is within arm's reach, use loud, crisp verbal commands. Back off. Stop. That vocalization serves 3 functions. It may freeze an unsure aggressor, attract attention, and prime your body to move with intention. Noise is a force multiplier. Always keep legality and ethics in mind. Use force only to protect yourself or others, and only to the degree necessary to get to safety. Local self-defense laws vary. The goal is to create a 2 to 5 second window to escape, not to cause lasting harm. If you want more than a conceptual primer, seek qualified local instruction on defensive movement under stress. Drilling in safe classes builds the muscle memory that turns panic into action.
Now, brace for the inner game, stress control. Adrenaline floods you, your vision narrows, fine motor skills degrade. The simplest and most efficient drill to wrestle back control is box breathing. It's not mystical, it's a tactical reset for your autonomic nervous system. Box breathing. Inhale quietly for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Repeat for 3 to 5 cycles. Do this several times a day and once immediately after a stressful event to shorten the panic response. Combine breathing practice with a situational rehearsal. Imagine the dark pharmacy scene for 30 seconds. Identify the exits, the nearest light, the people nearby, and the phone in your pocket. Then perform 3 cycles of box breathing and visualize yourself choosing the exit and moving decisively. Those mental repetitions reduce the gap between fearful freeze and purposeful action when it matters. Practical drills you can practice safely at home. Rehearse stepping laterally around a simulated threat. Use a chair as an object to move around. Practice the wrist rotation escape with a willing partner in a controlled slow-motion drill. And do the grab bag sprint. Grab your 72-hour bag and run the planned exit route. Time it. Muscle memory is built with tiny rehearsals often, not one marathon session. Next, build community and redundancy. Individuals matter, but networks multiply capacity. A small, trusted group of neighbors or friends who agree on roles, one person handles medical, another logistics, another communications, is far more effective than everyone hoarding alone. Create a contact roster, 2 meeting points, one nearby, one further away, and a simple skills exchange list. Know who in your circle has a truck, who can boil water, who can treat wounds. Keep the list short and private. Don't broadcast your plans publicly or on social media. Trust is earned and practical. Avoid common mistakes. Do not wait until a rumor becomes a crisis to act. Do not rely solely on banks or a single source of power. Do not create a fortress mindset that traps you inside. Do not hoard to the point you risk legal trouble or community breakdown. Preparation is about layered solutions, not panic. Small, pragmatic purchases spread over weeks are better than a single large buy that alerts others and creates shortages. Now the January checklist. These are the 8 items you must aim to finish before the new year. They are ordered roughly by impact and speed to implement. 1. Accessible cash reserve. Small bills in at least 2 locations, enough for fuel, food, and immediate needs for a few days. 2. 7 to 14-day food and water baseline. Rotate what you eat, store what you will actually use, and secure extra water containers. 3. Critical medications and basic medical kit. 2 weeks prescriptions if possible, compact first aid kit, and a basic wound care manual.
4. Communication redundancy. Charged solar or battery power for phones, a hand crank radio, and at least 1 non-internet info source. 5. 2 planned egress routes and 1 alternate shelter, maps, gas directions, and a packed car kit if evacuation becomes necessary. 6. Backup power basics, a small solar phone charger, a battery pack, or an inverter for necessary devices to maintain navigation and communication. 7. Community contact plan, 3 trusted people, 2 meeting locations, and a shared list of skills and resources. 8. Basic escape first training and mental drills. Practice the 3 core movements: lateral step, wrist rotate escape, push and disengage, and daily box breathing repetition until it feels automatic. Complete those 8 items before January and you change the odds dramatically. You don't guarantee safety, nothing does, but you shift from reaction to prepared action. A quick inventory of what to buy now: small denomination cash, a quality headlamp and spare batteries, a few days of shelf-stable food you actually eat, a collapsible water container, a simple first aid kit, a solar phone charger, and a compact trusted multi-tool. Buy locally where possible, support small businesses where it makes sense. Keep purchases discreet and sensible. A few operational notes on personal security and legality. If you must defend yourself, do so in a way that clearly aims to break contact and create an escape route. Do not use instructions from online videos as a substitute for real training. If you own legal tools for protection, know local regulations about carry, use, and storage. Document your actions if you are forced to act in self-defense. That record can matter legally. Above all, avoid vigilante thinking. Your job is safety and de-escalation, not enforcement. People often ask, how much is enough? The honest answer is, enough to buy time and maintain options. Liquidity, a 2-week buffer of essentials, reliable communication, and a trusted network create options. Options are power in collapse. The more options you have, the more choices you can make, and choices save lives. Now, a final short guided practical exercise you can do right now to lock in mental readiness. Stand up, feel your feet on the floor, find a shoulder-width stance, take 1 deep breath, visualize the dark pharmacy, locate 2 exits in the mental scene, pick the nearest exit and a second backup. Now perform 3 cycles of box breathing. On the last exhale, step laterally to your right and take 2 fast steps forward as if clearing space. Repeat this sequence twice a week until the motions are smooth. This is small, cheap training that demystifies panic. We are not predicting an exact calendar, we are acting on a deadline. January is the last clean starting line to get baseline resilience in place before systemic pull factors could make simple tasks expensive, slow, or impossible. Make the window count.
If you're ready to move from listening to doing, download the 48-hour checklist in the description now. It's a simple, printable page that walks those immediate steps in order so you don't have to remember everything while under stress. You will see people react in different ways when systems strain. Some hoard, some freeze, some lash out. Choose another path: deliberate, calm, and prepared. Preparation isn't about becoming paranoid. It's about buying time, keeping options, and protecting what matters. Finish the essentials before January: cash, water, food, meds, communication, power basics, an exit plan, and a trusted small network. Practice the simple movement and breathing drills that make escape automatic. You can't control the economy. You can control what you finish before January. Do that and you change your story. Grab the full Before January toolkit and join our preparedness community. The link is in the description. Prepare with purpose. Stay calm. Move now.